Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by Helix Sleep. Helix Sleep are the makers of premium mattresses that are customized to suit your needs and sleeping preferences. We've had our Helix Sleep mattress now for a couple years and we're getting terrific sleep. We wake up well rested and our backs feel supported, and a lot of that is due because we found a good mattress match. And to do that, we took the Helix Sleep quiz. You enter your sleeping preferences. For example, I happen to be a side sleeper. I prefer a firmer style mattress and I share my bed with my husband. My husband also took the quiz and the quiz matched us with the Helix Sleep Dusk Luxe. And as I said before, we've had it for a couple years now and we are getting terrific sleep. Besides getting great sleep, I love that our mattress came wrapped up in a cardboard box, which made it really easy to maneuver up a narrow flight of stairs, and I was able to install the mattress myself. We love our Helix Sleep mattress, especially after our old one, which we retired. We inherited it, and while it served us well, it definitely needed to be replaced. We also have extended family and friends that have Helix Sleep mattresses, and they report getting great sleep as well. Helix delivers your mattress right to your doorstep, and if you live in the US, shipping is free. Every mattress is also fiberglass free and comes with a 100-night sleep trial to make sure you love it. There's also a 10-year warranty, financing options, and flexible payment plans. Helix Sleep offers 20 unique mattresses, including their Luxe and Ultra Premium Elite line. They also have Helix Plus for big and tall sleepers and Helix Kids. So if you'd like to start getting great sleep, you can click the link down below or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade to receive 20% off your Helix Sleep mattress. Big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video and for their continued support so I can make better videos for all of you. Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today we are going to be making a budget-friendly Cowboy Skillet, a recipe that was sent to me by lovely Dean. I am so excited to make this recipe because Dean sent it to me via Facebook. Oh, if you don't follow me on social media, please consider doing so and subscribing if you're not subbed already. Dean sent me this recipe for a Cowboy Skillet, but what I love so much is that he recorded the recipe for me, so I got to hear his voice. Dean, thank you so much for sending me this recipe. It sounds very simple, very budget-friendly, and delicious, and I loved hearing your voice. So lovelies, if you have a recipe that you'd like me to test out or try, please consider recording your voice. It is so lovely to hear from you. So let's hear it from Dean. Here we go.
I call it a Cowboy Skillet. I'm a poor boy.
So right off the bat, we know this one's going to be friendly for our budget.
Okay, 1 can of baked beans, 1 can of chili beans.
Now you can find both of these at the dollar store, which is no longer $1, so very reasonably priced, about $1.25 for each of these cans, of course. So far we're at $2.50.
1 kielbasa or summer sausage.
This was probably the most expensive ingredient in the recipe. Mine was on sale at the supermarket for $3.99. So we are up to about $6.50.
Chopped up 1 green pepper.
Check.
And 1 onion.
Check.
Chopped up.
I have most of a large green pepper for my refrigerator, and this onion I actually grew in my yard, so to a certain degree this is free, but both of these I would imagine would cost about $1 at the supermarket. So let's go ahead and prep our vegetables. Another thing I love about this recipe is that there are not exact amounts, because I think this recipe is very adaptable. If you don't happen to like peppers, or if you happen to have some other vegetable handy, I don't see why you could not substitute that. An onion, he doesn't say how much, but he says an onion. So I've got a good medium-sized onion, and I'm going to chop it up into a kind of medium dice. In this case, I would not omit an onion. An onion's pretty flavorful, and I think it's kind of important to this recipe. So, but if you have a red onion, for example, a white onion, maybe just a bunch of green onions, I think you could interchange the onions based on what you've got in your pantry or fridge. I felt like it was a real epiphany when I was gardening and I realized that I could grow onions. I found it very empowering. Here I was thinking I should grow tomatoes and eggplants, which are useful to a certain degree, but onions are so useful. Almost every single recipe, no matter what the cuisine you're preparing, calls for an onion. And you can store them. For those of you that like measurements, I would say this is a good cup of onions. Most of a green pepper. This was a very big pepper. I'm going to cut these to a similar size as my onions because then things cook more evenly. A little bit more onion, but relatively about equal amounts of pepper to onion. I'm going to also cut up our kielbasa. And I'm just going to cut these into about 1/4 inch slices. So later in the recipe, Dean mentions potatoes. So let's go ahead and cut up 2 little medium Yukon Gold style potatoes. I recommend giving this a good brush so then you can get all that dirt off but still enjoy the nutrition and fiber from the skins. Again, for the potatoes, cutting them about the same size as the peppers. This is probably about a 1/2 inch cube. If you're interested in budget-friendly recipes, definitely check out my Hard Times playlist where I test out recipes from periods of difficulty, like the Great Depression. I have a recipe for feeding a crowd for $5, a big kind of pasta goulash recipe that a lot of people commented they had growing up and that it represented a very nostalgic meal for them, which I think is wonderful when it comes to food, how it just ties us so fiercely to our memories.
Throw the pepper.
And go the peppers.
And the onion.
Onions?
And some potato in the skillet with the sausage. Get the sausage a little browned up.
So now I'm going to let this cook for about 10 or 15 minutes or until the potatoes are nearly done. Looking good.
Dump the 2 cans of beans in, stir it around, let it get hot. 1 bean has to be chili bean.
Some chili purists say that it should not contain beans. How do you feel about that? Now we're going to add a can of baked beans. Add that in there. Baked beans are beans that are cooked and have kind of sweet sauce to them. They're very popular here in New England and often served with brown bread, which comes out of a can. Have you ever seen brown bread in a can? I have a video to that too. You can check that out if you're not familiar. Okay, so that makes it somehow very cowboyish to me. I don't know why. Beans.
And the other can of beans has to be barbecue. It's a really different taste. You'll like it.
Dean says to get the barbecue flavor, but we did not have any barbecue flavor. So I'm going to add some barbecue sauce because it sounds good. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons. Beautiful. So just waiting for this to come up to the simmer. Good little boil here, and then we'll be ready to eat. Alright, my lovelies, the Cowboy Skillet is complete. I would say total cooking time is probably about 25 to 30 minutes. This is going to be hot. I love this feature on some Dutch ovens. Have you seen that before? These little spikes. This allows the water that condenses to drip back onto the food. Isn't that clever? Up some of this Cowboy Skillet. Get a little bit of everything. Steaming hot, perfect for a cold day.
Try it one time. You'll love it.
Alrighty, let's taste Dean's poor boy Cowboy Skillet. Here we go. I'm gonna make sure I get a bite of everything. Itadakimasu. It's so hot. Mm-hmm. I like the addition of barbecue sauce. If you can't find barbecue sauce baked beans where you live, definitely add about a quarter cup of barbecue sauce. It adds a little bit more smokiness and gives you a little bit more sauce. The beans, of course, are super tender, and there's additional smokiness in the sausage. I really like the kielbasa sausage, but I think, as Dean said, summer sausage will do, or whatever sausage you like, andouille sausage, whatever might be local to you. Delicious. Potatoes, tender. Also like the use of a Yukon Gold potato or maybe a red potato in this application. I think a russet might be a little bit too starchy and soft. So with all the kind of simmering, it might kind of just dissolve into mushiness, you know? Peppers and onions lend a great flavor to this super simple, hearty, stick to your ribs, inexpensive, delicious meal. I think the favorite bits are the sausage bits for me. I imagine this will taste even better tomorrow when the flavors have time to meld together. That I can also imagine this served with some crusty bread, white bread, rice, pasta, I think anything, or just on its own. And to lovely Dean, thank you so much for making this episode possible, for taking the time to record the recipe for me, and for sharing it. Alrighty, my lovies. Thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to Helix Sleep for sponsoring this video. If you'd like to get yourself a Helix Sleep mattress, click the link down below, or head over to helixsleep.com/emmymade to receive 20% off your Helix Sleep mattress. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo. Take care. Bye. Guess what I'm having before my rowing? A little bit of Cowboy Skillet. The beans are gonna make me fart though.